In today's video, we're going to be taking a look here at our upcoming storms that we have going on. We have plenty to go over here, especially in the eastern half of the nation, but that does not mean that there won't be any in the west, because we do have a couple of storm systems moving through out there as well. We also have big temperature swings, as we've been talking about for a couple of days here. Big cool down that we're in right now. Kind of dreary, more fall-like weather that we're kind of going through. And then we're going to be seeing a big-time summer-like warm-up coming up very soon here. So that is going to be the main discussion points through today's video. Now, before we get into things, be sure to check out the Trilogy Maps. We do have the brand new regions. We also have a 50% off discount if you want the highest quality, most customizable weather maps available anywhere on the internet. You can also use my 33% off discount code direct on top of that, which brings it to a crazy level of discount that is absolutely unbelievable. I don't even know why. I've mentioned this multiple times. Mentable. Yeah, that's more like it. Mental. But I don't know why I'm doing this. It's a huge discount, but I love giving stuff away. So I guess that's why. Now, let's go ahead and take a look here at this afternoon. And already we can see a very major storm system here for southern New England. It's the same storm system that the southeast and the mid-Atlantic felt, but it is much more intense up there, where they're going to see upwards of 2 to 3 inches of rainfall, perhaps, for Connecticut, Rhode Island, and portions of Massachusetts. Long Island probably going to get in on some of those higher totals as well. Definitely a very heavy nor'easter type event for them. And right behind it, you can see that we have a bit of a low here, and then this cold front swinging down. And this is going to be a 1-2 punch. So we're going to see this move through, and this is really going to bring in some heavier rainfall behind it as well. Even as we work our way into Sunday afternoon, you can see the southeast is still dealing with this storm number 2. So we're seeing major impacts because of those back-to-back rainfall events, probably bringing totals even higher with the rainfall, bringing that flooding risk up, especially if there's thunderstorms involved. As we work our way into Monday, that's going to be the start of the new week on the 22nd, we can see there is some showers and thunderstorms building here for the plains. We see the same thing here for the southeast. This is going to be a more common occurrence as we work our way towards June and even July, obviously. As you can see for the northwest as well, we have a bit of a storm system moving in as well through these regions. So we're seeing just lots and lots of storminess in different pockets here. But this northwest storm is definitely intriguing and probably is going to make its way somewhat across the nation, bringing impacts to multiple different areas. Now by Tuesday here on the 23rd, we can see that northwest storm has now moved into the Rockies and Plains, and it is bringing many different impacts to many different states. Some of the last snowfall of the season here occurring in Colorado due to this system. We can also see showers throughout Idaho, Nevada, Utah, Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico, Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, probably Arizona's a little bit as well, and then Texas and Oklahoma perhaps is from that same system. So there is just tons of different areas seeing impacts from this one. We are seeing kind of colder, more moist air move in from the north here, and then we're seeing kind of this moist, warm air moving in from the south here, and this could come together and create an interesting situation for potential severe weather in the near future, so we'll need to watch for that as well. By Wednesday, kind of seeing more of that flare-up happening here with heavier precipitation, so perhaps that's that severe weather that I mentioned, but it's hard to say for certain. We do see the southeast still dealing with some of that storminess going on, so this has been a back-to-back type of event. For the Rockies here in the Sierra Nevadas, we can see that there is lots of showers happening in these areas as well still, so they're seeing kind of an above average amount of precipitation. We're again seeing that kind of flare in the plains, and this is for Thursday into Friday along a cold front here for the upper Midwest, kind of northern plains area. Certainly another pocket to watch there for potential severe weather, and it looks like we get going here for sure with this more severe weather activity. Remember yesterday's video I talked about how if this moved up the coast we would see major impacts. Watch what it does today. This is why we always go over every possibility, guys. So even though a model didn't show it going up the coast yesterday, I still talked about it and I considered the possibility, and a lot of people would call me crazy for that in some circumstances. They'd be like, nothing's calling for that, why are you saying that? Well, this is exactly why, because with experience, was able to see the potential without any model telling me. I think we've become a little too reliant on models these days, where we just go based off of what the model's showing us, and that's that. Or sometimes there has to be a little bit of human intervention, really, where we're really taking a look at the possibilities based on what the model's telling us, using it as guidance, not as something for reliance. And that has been a very, very common and I think bad trend in the weather community. As we move up the coast, you can see this really begins to impact the mid-Atlantic and southeast, just as I saw the potential for yesterday. And that's for May 29th, May 30th timeframe. And it just sits tight, guys. It just kind of hangs in there, anchors in, and it's going to sit there for a couple of days if this solution potentially plays out. Because on the other side of the hand, it could potentially just not happen this way too. It is very long range and we need to track it closely. I think there's a lot of interesting possibilities happening with this storm, so we need to really track it moving forward. And for a few days in a row there at the end of May, we do see these flare-up of potential severe weather across the middle of the nation, which always kind of draws a red flag. So we're going to be watching this daily. But as we've been tracking that coastal system, you can see that activity from about the 24th through the 30th, so that's about a 6-day window. We see, I think, potential for severe weather every single day in there. Nothing crazy, especially all 6 days, but I'm sure there's a couple days in there that would go enhanced or more, so we all need to watch that very, very closely. Now, the total precipitation due to this coastal storm moving up the coast, well, we're not going to, bundle them all into the same thing. This is from our storm that is ongoing now, so that is that 1 to 3, maybe even more inches of rainfall that I talked about before with you guys. That's happening within the next day or two. Now, this is from that long-range coastal system that just anchors in and brings inches of rainfall. This is going to be 2 to even 5 inches of rainfall for most of these red areas. Browns being 5 to 10. So a lot going on here. For the central United States here, we can see with that flare-up of severe weather, we see this increase in the total precipitation amount. And then for the Northwest, we actually get some activity moving through finally. So that is also going to bring above average amounts for here. So that translates to this, and then eventually this. So that is the main areas we're watching for increased activity. Total snowfall here. Now, it is diminished for the Southern Rockies, but look at the Northern Rockies. Now we have to talk about this all of a sudden. So maybe we're not just done with winter yet. So that'll be a developing story that we'll need to just kind of track over the coming days. Now, for the temperature pattern, as you can see, cooler temperatures in the east, like I mentioned before, with that Arctic blast that we've had ongoing. And that lasts through about the 23rd, 24th time frame. We get another one there around that time as well, and then we get the warmth pushing into the east overall. And look at how strong this is. That's going to be for the high temperatures on Wednesday the 31st, but clearly a negative PNA trying to build in there, and this is encouraging warm air to really surge in for all of these areas in the eastern 2/3 of the nation. Just really, really warm temperatures, and that sticks around at least through the 4th of June that we can see here. But look at this, the warmth starts to kind of recycle back to the northwest. I'm wondering if this is going to be the start of a new warm in the west, cold in the east pattern again. Who knows? It's been a roller coaster ride with you guys. Certainly very interesting to track, and we're going to continue to just tack at it every single day, guys. So be sure to subscribe. We do upload every single day. You can even hit the bell icon for daily notifications when we upload so you never miss one. Also, be sure to like the video if you did enjoy it. Leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.